What's going on, everybody? PT here with you with another little Outbreak video. One of the things that I've wanted to do and I haven't done, going to do today, is talk about the vehicles in Outbreak. Now, everybody has their favorites and all that, but we're going to go through and throw it up on a tier list so that you can kind of gauge what is what in the game. Now, the first vehicle that we're going to look at is one of the first vehicles in the game, the Tradition. So it has a top speed of 96 miles an hour, about 150 torque, and about 62 on gas. So not a great gas tank. This vehicle cannot go off-road, but you can load it up with all the items you might want in the game, all the bull bar and mesonet lights, all that. It's customized, so that's a plus. But it's slow. It can't go off-road and can be a little bit of a pain when chasing a tornado. Sometimes you can't even catch up to it. So let's look at our tier list, shall we? Slide that over there. There we go. So our Tradition is, let me find it in here. Here it is. So because it operates pretty crappy off-road and not all that great on-road, we're kind of gonna put it down here in D tier. So it is what it is. You know, it's not the worst vehicle. Well, kind of is, but you'll see. Because we're next going to talk about the Zenith, the other starter car. So the Zenith, exact same stats. I actually, for whatever reason, can drive this one better than the Tradition. It's like, a little bit better. Again, you can customize it and all that and make it kind of your own vehicle and add all the little tools that you might want on it. So you still have that aspect to it. So yeah, let's see here. Where is it? There it is. I'm gonna also put it down there in the D tier. It's a starter vehicle. It is what it is. Now next up, we got Solist. So yeah, so this was one of the upgrades in the game later. It didn't appear with the game, but it's again slower, but a little bit better. Because like the Zenith you saw was like 96, but the Solist only 90, but it's a little bit more torque, does a little bit better off-road, and has a better fuel tank. Again, you can put all your bells and whistles and toys on it, as you can see from the one that I have here. So it's a smidgen better. So, of course, that's what we're talking about there. Just a smidgen better. I'm actually going to rate this one, because I do sometimes like using this. That I'm going to pop this up, I think a little bit on C tier. You guys let me know in the chat if you agree. So I'm going to put the Solist at C tier, just because it does a little bit better off-road. If you need an early vehicle, it's a good one to choose. So next, now that we got those vehicles, that's kind of the worst of the worst in there. Let's have a look at one of my favorite early game vehicles, the Magnitude. Magnitude has a top speed of 121 miles an hour, has a torque of 165, and a fuel capacity of 93. You're not going to need to refuel this during the hour chase in Outbreak. This is the fastest vehicle on the roads, so you will be intercepting tornadoes in this and getting out of the way in time. It's not great off-road, but if you don't go off-road, if you like to stay on the roads, this is your first vehicle that you buy. This one right here, the Magnitude. It's going to get you there safe, get you there fast. You're going to outrun everybody else in the game. No other vehicle can touch this when it's on the road. And for most players, they don't leave the road if they don't have to. Back to the map. So Magnitude. This guy right here. Let's see. So where do we rate this one? This is, for me, this is an A tier vehicle. A tier. Schmack right there. So again, let me know what you guys think. Like, am I off my rocker? Let me know. All right. The other vehicle, and probably the most popular vehicle of the non-special vehicles, the Hammerhead. Max speed of 106, torque 125, terrible fuel capacity of 55. But this baby off-road, this, if you like going off-road, this is the first vehicle that you should pick. A lot of intercepts happen, like you can get intercepts more often off-road, and you can lock this sucker in. Again, all the bells and whistles and all that. So for me, the Hammerhead is also A tier. Clearly A tier up there with the Magnitude. Those are your two, one or the other should be your first vehicle to buy, because you're going to use those two to maximize your cash flow to get the in-game vehicles. It's my opinion. Again, you guys let me know if you hate them. It's like I said, the Hammerhead's a pain to drive, but once you learn that learning curve, ooh, man, it is a dream. Now the altitude, again, 116 miles an hour. It's fast. Second fastest vehicle in the game. Because I don't think the Vanguard goes that fast, does it? I forgot. Double check. Yeah, Vanguard's the same, but yeah, second fastest, including the Vanguard. 116, torque 163, and another great fuel capacity vehicle. Solid pick, especially if you stay on the roads. Does okay off-road. Not like high tier, not low tier. It'll do okay, because I think it goes about the same as the Dom off-road. So where does it rank? Let's see here. I gotta find it. There it is. I'm gonna put that clearly B tier. I said not the best, not the worst. Right there in the middle. Not a terrible choice. Okay, moving on. We have the last of the basic vehicle, the Vanguard. Now, early when OutBrk first came out, this was our off-road vehicle. The Vanguard is the second best off-road vehicle in the game. It has max speed of 116, just like the Altitude. Torque 160, fuel capacity 105. You're never needing gas in this. You're just not. It's one of those vehicles. Again, you can load it up with all your little tools that you want for your vehicle. So I'm putting the Vanguard also A tier. It is an A tier vehicle. So it's not the top level, but you can put a ton of people in this on top of it. So passenger wise, does it say how many passengers can fit in there? I think it's 5. I think you can fill this up with 5. So if everybody wants to drive in the same vehicle, either take a Dominator or this. Just that's what kind of raises it up to A tier, in my humble opinion. Okay, let's get into the special vehicles. So we got the Extreme Tornado Tours vehicle here. Again, same stats as the Vanguard. The only difference is that you cannot customize this vehicle. All the rest of the vehicles we're gonna look at, you cannot customize. Which means that if it's still early game and you want to buy the Vanguard and you don't have that much money, or whatever the situation is, you're going to get the internet antenna and the laptop, which most people don't use laptop, with this one included. So with these vehicles, you get things included. But again, you can't customize this, but if you like role-playing and taking people out to see tornadoes and that's kind of your thing, it could work. I get the Vanguard over it, but that's just me. So I'm gonna put this in B. No, I'm actually gonna put this. B tier. I think B tier. It's still good off road, and you can do all that. You don't get the instruments to play with, and you can't really like make it your own. So we'll go B tier, just to make that. Okay. So now the live Storm Chasers vehicle, again, same vehicle as the Altitude. Same speed, same torque, same fuel capacity. You do get the internet antenna and the laptop. You get a LED light bar, and you get the mobile weather station. So you'll at least have wind speeds and all that from your vehicle with this one. So it's not the best. You can't customize this at all. So where to put this one? So the advantage, like, I really think this one's kind of C tier. Like, it kind of looks cool and all, but like the regular one is a little bit better than this one because you can add everything in that one, and this one you can't. So I'm gonna put that down at C tier. If you don't agree, call me out. Tell me why it should be a higher level. I am all for it in the chat. Tell me in the comments. All right, we have the sister, or the inspiration, I should say, of the magnitude, the Shaw. The Shaw comes fully loaded. You're getting the bull bar on the front, the hail guard, a laptop, and the tall comm antenna. The only thing you're not getting this is the mesonet, and so you're not getting any of the wind speeds and all that. But this one's again based off of Daniel Shaw's vehicle, which if you've ever watched any of his vehicles, it's really cool. This one, I see a lot of people driving this. This, if you don't care about having your own custom vehicle, like custom magnitude, solid pick, solid pick. And you can buy up all the special items down the road. I am gonna put this at B tier only because you don't get to customize it, but it's a solid pick, especially for an early vehicle. So it only pales behind the regular magnitude because you can't customize it and you can't put everything on it. But I can tell you this was the first vehicle I bought, so it worked out, and I liked it. I had a good time with it. All right, next up is the Predator, which interesting vehicle. Again, it is the same thing as the Hammerhead, but you're getting armored glass, which is interesting but cool. A unique look. It's green and black, so that kind of looks cool. You get the little trail wash 4x4 kit on the top, which is not on anything else. And you get a large LED light bar. You get a medium LED light bar, mobile weather station, and comm antenna. So if you want a Hammerhead and you don't have all the extra items already, again, solid pick. Solid pick. Let's see here. So the Predator. I almost want to put it A tier, but again, without the customization, I'll put it B. But it drives just like the Hammerhead, but you don't have to buy all the extra stuff with it, so it's like it evens out, and it's a unique thing. Not too many people have it in game, but I'll put it B only because you can't really customize it. The customizing just makes it your own. You guys let me know if I'm off my rocker. And then last but certainly not least, the Dominator. All right, the Dominator is it's a tank. It's the only tornado tank that can drop to the ground and lock itself in for tornado chase and will not fly away. Top speed at 111 miles an hour, 210 on torque, fuel capacity 74. You're probably gonna have to refuel once or twice, maybe top off during chases. It does off-road, like it goes. It's not the slowest vehicle off-road, but you can still intercept off-road in it and be okay. Does okay on the road. People are going to be passing you though because you are a tank. It does come with the anchor systems. The only vehicle currently in game that has the anchor system. So you'll see a lot of times this is what I'll use in chases, especially when I'm wanting to get close and personal with tornadoes. I'll anchor that down. Comes with the armored glass, laptop, LED light bar, mobile weather station, and comm antenna. So this one, I think most people, unless you're crazy sauce, that's going to S tier. It is the S tier vehicle. So that is what we think for the OutBrk vehicles. Again, I'm PT. Let me know if you agree with this or not. And tell me why in the comments down below. Till then, I'm PT. I'll see you in game.